It's not until you become aware of your ego being inherited from your surroundings, your environment, that you start to realize that you can mold your own ego, right? And the ego is not a bad or good thing. Just look at it as a neutral aspect and while you're watching this video, right? You might be frustrated that your culture does certain things. You might be frustrated that your parents do certain things that might make you feel a certain way. You might be tired of your tradition that you inherited from your parents, let's just say. That is your awareness that your ego is inherited because as a soul being, you did not want to accept these roles throughout your life. You accepted them as a way to develop your soul, develop your spirit. But at some point, you knew you had to let it go. And so your emotions told you that this isn't for me. This ego that I inherited isn't for me. This tradition isn't for me. This culture isn't for me. This person who I feel like I should be isn't for me. That's when you start to realize that you could mold your own ego. That's the first step to realizing you can mold your own ego. That you could shed all these aspects of you that you don't resonate with, right? It allows you to feel like you have a choice. You start to realize you have a choice in who you want to be or what you want to be or how your personality shows up to the world. It allows you to be aware that you have this choice. It allows you to be aware of your own power. That's where the ego can be very helpful for your soul journey, very helpful for your spiritual journey, very helpful for your spiritual development. That is when we start to realize we can mold whoever we want to be, right? We start to align ourselves. We start to follow the path of who we truly were meant to be before we were born. And again, this is all part of the process. You had to go through this process, right? You had to go through things that are going to trigger you. You had to go through things that are going to make you feel uncomfortable in order for you to realize you can be something else, in order to realize you could experience something else after changing who you are, and realizing you don't have to be a certain way. Your your personality is moldable, if that's the word, moldable. You start to you start to you start to gravitate towards things that you want to gravitate towards. And when you start to gravitate towards those things, you start to gravitate to your interests. You start to gravitate to things that interest you. You start to gravitate to people that interest you. Maybe YouTube videos that interest you. You start gravitating towards those things. That's really you. That's really who you want to be. That's really the next step of your soul evolution. That's really the next step of your spiritual evolution. Is when you start to gravitate to things that are not your tradition, not what you were given, not your culture, right? When you start to gravitate towards those things, that's your next path you should take. That's the next turn that you should take in life. So this video is to say that you can be whoever you want to be, but you have to honor what was given to you. Not that you have to like it, but you have to honor what was given to you. You have to first honor what was inherited to you. First, you have to be aware of what was inherited. You have to be you have to first be aware, consciously aware what was given to you. And that's going to be expressed through your emotions, through your triggers. And then that's going to help you give yourself a choice, right? It's going to bring an understanding that you have a choice to be someone else. The fears are going to pop up, but that's the path that you should take. And understanding that you can always change the person that you want to be. Thank you for watching this video.